Thank you, you guys. Thank you once again for being here on the Hi-Fi Show. Thank you so much. Okay, well, you responded to my last call and you have submitted new videos, and here they are. The first 5 that were submitted are in this new episode, the 15th episode. Are you ready? Let's dive in immediately. If you want to know how to send your video, you're going to find all the rules in the video description here below. This is a true reaction. As you know, I have no idea what's here. Let's start now.
Morning video. Here I'm going to show you how I'm trying to combine my hi-fi passion and my living room lifestyle with the family. This is my sitting position.
Nice.
I'm using 2 magical new S5s for 2024.
Wow.
Powered by this Luxman M10X power amplifier, which is amazing. The CL 1000 also by Luxman,
gorgeous,
hybrid, using tubes, and of course the D10X, which is as a DAC and CD. Also my passion, this reel-to-reel that was recently came in from Sweden and was everything here inside. Here are some of my collection, many more places in here. For digital now, it's only a stage now. I'm using the Intel NUC, and it will be changed later on with something else. I'm checking it now, running Cobuz and Tidal through Roon. And this is the turntable, Bardo by Brickman, sitting on Frank Audio and granite plate. I ordered from a carpenter this HDF case with sorbatin inside.
Nice.
Do nice job. Well, because it have to be here with my wife's choice of carpentry and everything, and of course using this the gritter cleaner. Okay, you have to believe me, it's here. But this small device is amazing. It's anti-static and everything. It's the amazing job, and I think that's about it. I'm very happy, and I'm in a constant move. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for your submission. That was very quick. You could have gone a little more in detail, no problem, you guys. You have about 6-7 minutes. Also, you can test the sound. Fantastic setting. Very minimal, not too many components, but top notch. Now, as I always have to point out, I see 2 big problems here. First, the acoustics. I heard that there was a lot of reverb while you were talking. Oh, I would really put more stuff on the walls if you can. Looking like, for example, pictures, paintings, frames, or something on the ceiling to treat it a little bit, because you have these amazing components. You have to do a little bit of that. And obviously the major problem here is the position of the loudspeakers, but I'm sure you know, especially one of them. We're talking about the Magicos. Wow. And you're putting one of them in between 2 couches. Maybe you could, if you want to do a more, relaxing listening, you could put something of a little less importance, let's say, and put the Magicals more on the other side, on the side of the screen, for example. Maybe that could help. I don't know, just a suggestion. I'm not even seeing the full room. So just to say though, just to mention that clearly you're gonna have a downside in the reproduction. I can see that the armrest of one of the couches is right in front. Oh, no. And even the lower table there, the coffee table, you're killing the acoustics there. Okay, love the furniture also, very shabby chic, vintage. Very nice, and congratulations for the student. Amazing Luxmans, way to go. Let's proceed to the next one. Starting now. Called Mindfilm.
Hi Guido.
Hello.
I saw in your last video that you're running out of subscriber videos.
You already sent something here.
So let's go directly into it. A few words to the room itself, mainly listening room, but I also work here. So this is my small workspace in this room. You see some acoustic treatments, a lot of diffusion at the back wall, always 2 bass traps in each corner. Perhaps you remember this guy.
Yes.
Going over here, most important person in the room, my dog, sleeping.
Hello.
And this is the listening area. Also here for the first reflection points, acoustic treatments at the side wall. Again, the bass traps in the corners and first reflection. Here also some sort of second reflection points. Treatment at the ceiling, and here the same for the other side wall. And going into the listening space, loudspeakers are the Living Voice R25A, nice manufacturer from the UK, really like them. And going over here, start with the digital section. This is a Sugden Masterclass DAC 4, which is using the pretty famous Philips TDA 1543 chip that has a really special sound. I really like it. And down here you can see this is the network streamer, the Innos Pulse Mini, which is connected to the DAC. This is the digital section. Here we have the amplifier that is running my loudspeakers, the EAR861 from Tim De Paravicini. Really great tube amplifier, sounds awesome. And in combination with the EAR868PL, which has the integrated phono stage from EAR. Really nice overall preamplifier for the system, and in combination with this one, it's really magical.
I bet.
Let's go up to the really interesting stuff.
Aha.
I guess you already know what this is. This is the EMT139STB tube preamplifier for my turntable. This is not the original one, it is the replica from Mr. Van Vliet from the Netherlands. I know that you know that name and his products, handmade with nearly the same equipment that was used in the original EMT amplifiers. That thing is a completely different level. What is worth to mention, I guess, is the silver power supply. Here is the power supply that I need to use for the EMT preamplifier. Since I have a newer vintage version of the EMT turntable, I cannot use it where it's normally located down here. So I need an external power supply for it, and yeah, that's that, just for clarification. Up here we have the EMT STX 21 step-up transformer, and as you can already imagine and already have seen, this is the EMT 930 ST turntable with the EMT SFL, also known as TSD 15 super fine line phono cartridge. You know that product pretty well, and when you can see it, you can probably imagine that I bought this from Mr. Dusch. I am located in Germany, so that's an obvious thing. Really awesome turntable. Completely changed the way how I listen to music. Really great. So yeah, I think that's it. Last fun part. This is a sauna, but it's used for something else. I am storing my records in here.
Remember.
Perhaps you remember from the last video, and also cleaning records here. Short backstory why I choose the equipment that I have. As basically everybody, I started with playing around and trying to find the sound that I like and love, and at this stage of my setup I ended up at Tim de Paravicini. I really like the work he's doing. That's the reason behind both amplifiers I'm using. And then I got introduced by a streaming colleague of mine with the EMT turntable, and while digging into this and trying to find out what the original EMT sound looks like, I stumbled over the special preamplifier and decided to go completely the EMT way, and that describes the setup. The digital section is just that I try to find something that sounds nice to me when I am searching for new music. Hope that helps.
Not
And
bad.
that's it, Guido. I hope you had fun watching this, and I wish you an awesome rest of the day and keep up the great work on your channel. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you for your second submission. This is the first time someone sends a Ganitz video. I guess my call reached everywhere, every ear, pair of ears. Thank you. Clearly, I don't remember exactly what you had, but I suppose and I think, well, I'm sure for the EMT stuff, you change several things. As I remember perfectly this room because it's fantastic. It's fully dedicated, as I said that time, if I don't go wrong. So it's all conceived and designed towards your listening. And clearly, I adore that. Fantastic. I would also like to have something a little more dedicated like that. Great stuff. Amazing room treatment. Really top grade. Congratulations on that. Very nice. Also like the colors. Very cool. The EAR stuff by Tim. Fantastic. I'm also lurking around a few of his things. And great setup with EMT. Wow, I mean, you know, I have practically the same system set up. In fact, very similar. Well, clearly when you go down that rabbit hole, there are certain decisions that have to be made in certain directions, I believe. In any case, I love the 930. I've explained the different models, the different aspects, issues. There is a dedicated video, full video. Here is a link if you're interested. You're going to find it also here below in the video description. And yes, you got the new version of the 139 stereo. Great choice. Actually, he is done to making them. That's what he told me. He passed now to another model imitating a very famous Neumann preamplifier. Now, if I don't forget the name, I'll put the name here below. Great stuff. Regardless, I'm still waiting to my monos to come back, and then I'll do a review. Great speakers, great situations for solutions to put the records. Congratulations. Bravo. Let's go ahead now to our third video.
My name is Jason and I'm from the Seattle area. As you can see, my room is quite small. As my family grew, my office shrank.
Wow.
And one day, I'll have the house again. But until then, this little room is my refuge. I've treated the space with vinyl records, not just for sound but for soul. Every album on these walls has a story, and every listen is a reminder of why I love this hobby. Let's first go into some of the inputs. So my Pure Fidelity Harmony turntable has the Koetsu Rosewood cartridge on it, on the Illustrous SE tone arm. I ended up going for this turntable because of the really thick aluminum platter and the heavy, thick MDF plinth. I was having a lot of feedback from my subwoofer that was causing rumble in my small room here. My original turntable that I got was the Clear Audio turntable. I have that set up as a second turntable with a mono cartridge on it. I have the
Bravo.
Miyajimi Lab Infini Mono cartridge and a Clear Audio Satisfy black tone arm. Way too big of a cartridge for the tone arm. It's 14.8 grams. I have the 0.7 mil so I can play it with newer mono records from the late 50s and 60s. I run this at 100 ohms, but the resonance frequency is 11.66 hertz, which is not good. I do run one 9-foot subwoofer cable with a very low capacitance made by a company called Blue Jeans, local in Seattle here. The cat's meow in my whole setup is the reel-to-reel. It's the Atari MX5050 BII2. It's been restored. I bought it off eBay. It came in a really nicely packaged box. It has the IEC NAB equalization. It does 15 inches per second. The Clear Audio turntable is grounded to this, by the way, which helped reduce a lot of noise because it's so far away. I eventually want to bypass the internal preamp because the knobs are kind of noisy. They have a little bit of static in them. And so I want to just bypass that whole system and just tap directly into the heads one of these days. So where everything's going, let's go to amplification. So all my turntables go into the Zesto Alasso step-up transformer. I love it. It's the newest addition to my setup. And the dials on the front are great. It's good for tuning based on what I'm listening to, what type of music I'm listening to, whether the record's cut hot or not. The headphones, desktop speakers, depending on what I'm using as an output. This is great because I can tweak it. This plugs directly into a Manley Chinook phono stage. I've upgraded these to some Telefunken 6922 new old stock tubes for the input gains and some Amperix 7309 new old stock tubes for the output tubes, which smooths it out a little bit. Amazing. Paired this step-up transformer and this Manley Chinook are just super low noise floor. This all feeds into a Prima Luna Evo 100 integrated amp. I've upgraded these to new old stock tubes. I got some Telefunken, some Mullards, really smooth, mid-range, love them. Good, warm sound is what I'm looking for. I like the bass, I like the mids. And these drive the Harbeth P3 ESR speakers that are on ISO acoustic isolators with some other lifters on here to get them ear level because I do near field listening, and I need these in order to get the speakers up higher, and they're full of sand, so they're nice solid bass. I've tried a bunch of different speakers. These speakers work really well being so close to the wall, and I just get an amazing sound stage for such a small room and setup. I also have the JL Audio Fathom 12-inch subwoofer. It has a microphone so I can calibrate it super precisely to my sitting location for near field listening. This paired with those speakers is just amazing. You don't even know the subwoofer's there until you feel it in your chest. And this takes me back to my high school days when I first got into high-end audio. I worked 60 hours a week and I would save up my money and buy stereo equipment for my car. I had 3 10-inch JL Audio 10W6 speakers in my car. It was nuts. I have a bunch of headphones. I have the Focal Utopias, the Odyssey LCD4s, both with the Silver Dragon balanced cables. I love the dark profile of the Odyssey LCD4s. It goes great with records and also the MoFi one-steps. They just sound amazing on it. I do need a dedicated bioelectric amp in order to power these. I need the solid state. The tubes just don't cut it. They get muddy. And a lot of my friends at work, are in audio gear as well, and we have a little community there where we share gear and share headphones so we can try out different amps and different setups. So that's basically it, kind of doing a quick tour of my music. I love grunge from the 1990s growing up in Seattle area. It's just what I'm used to. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've gotten really into jazz and classical, and I really want to give you a hat tip there at the Analog Dialogue, because if it wasn't for you, I never would have learned about jazz at the pawn shop and this amazing reel-to-reel. It's one of my top 3 albums in my whole collection, and I love listening to it. Thanks. I hope to see more videos soon.
Wow. How cool. Oh my God. You kept on framing, showing us gear in that little tiny space. Unbelievable. Congratulations, truly. I mean, it looks very welcoming. There's everything you need. You're using vinyl as a room treatment. Fabulous. Now let's take a look in detail, because there were so many things that I have to go over them a little bit more. Okay, so let's see a little bit here. What do we have? Okay, the pure audio, the pure fidelity turntable. It's getting a lot of success, a lot of attention. A lot of people have it. And I love the Stratos, their cartridge. I haven't tried this, but it looks gorgeous. And I'm sure it also sounds great, even the tone arm. Let's see. Besides the pure fidelity, what else did you show us? The concept, I'm sorry there was a little bit of a resonance, but great turntable. Congratulations on the Otari. Wow, as you know, that's my top recommendation from a mid situation. I love the fact that you're using the concept, turning back to your second turntable, for mono. Bravissimo, great job. Miyajima, great cartridge. And let's see what else. Even the acoustics seemed excellent. Well, I bet. I mean, you're crammed filled with stuff. The Zesto is a little far. Well, actually, not to the pure fidelity, to the concept, but I guess that's the only way you can manage to connect everything to the same one. Interesting. A lot of great headphones. Let's see. I had the Prima Luna. I'm not a big fan of it. At least the one I had, the 400. Maybe not. Maybe things are better, but it's still a parallel design, and I do not like parallel designs. And the Chinook, I had the Chinook once. Great stuff. Must be amazing with the step up. Nice speakers. That's probably the only limitation of this place, because there's no space. So it's a wide choice. Nicely decoupled with the sub. Great job, guys. Wow. You could write a little manual on how to optimize such a small space. And also your presentation was very, very good. Congratulations, really. And I'm trying to see everything. I'm not a big fan of all these. I had those. I sent them back. Sorry. I like more the clear audio. Not the clear audio. They're right there. What's the name? Focals. Sennheisers. Wow. The Gritter. They're my second version already. Glad to be responsible of the Jazz and the Pawn Shop, especially the reel-to-reel version. Wow. Bravo. The Cantante Domino you also got. Very, very nice. Thank you so much. Great video. Okay, let's proceed now to our fourth guy or girl. Hopefully one day there's going to be a girl.
Yeah, as Obi-Wan would say it, hey there. It's Stefan again. Maybe you remember I did send you a video 1 or 2 years ago with the PS Audio FR30. As you can see, I did upgrade my room quite a lot.
Yes.
But some stuff did actually
the
stay
Goldfinger, maybe?
with me.
I don't remember. Let's see.
But in total, yeah, I did change the entire system, as you can see.
Wow.
I think I would start with the FR30,
Audiophiles
which I replaced. Yeah, after listening to these speakers, these are Gauder Berliner 9 with that's a special edition, as you might or could say it, with the synthetic diamond highs and mids. They were not on the market for sale back then. Maybe they will do some kind of a refresh of them, because I think they are quite happy with the outcoming. As you can see, they are giant speakers, too heavy. How far deeper, as you might expect. The finish is really nice with them.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, the lows, very heavy stuff. It's a heavy speaker. And tonality, sure, the resolution of these diamond highs and mids are fantastic. And but the main reason I did that upgrade was the bass capabilities. Totally different league, in my opinion, as what the PS Audio did. And because they were huge speakers too, I was a little disappointed in their bass capabilities after comparing them to these Gauder. Gauder is totally the king of bass, in my opinion. And I had to replace them. Totally happy now. After setting them up here with the room and so on, nothing left where I would say I'm not happy or a little bit disappointed. All good now. So then I would say we will go the chain backwards. This would be a power amp. That's an Burmeister 218. As you can see, as a monoblock. Each amplifier does handle one speaker. One line goes to the highs and mids and the other to the bass. Burmeister give us the okay with going with the shorter loudspeaker cables instead of the longer, and splitting the amps differently up, so that one would have handled the bass and the other the highs and mids. Sure, one would have been totally sleeping all day, and the other would have gotten pressured pretty hard with these speakers. So I guess the way we did it is okay, and we got an okay from Burmeister. So I think it's fine. But these speakers, these Gauders are really power hungry. That's the only thing buyers have to know about Gauder. To bring them to life, you really need big time amplification, and that was news to me too. Didn't expect that I have to buy such big heavy powerful amps. I first had the Jeff Rowland 625 S2, and I thought that one could handle the Gauder, but no chance. It did go off after 3 or 4 songs on the louder side, and then the amp burned through. So then I did with that switch of the power amps. I didn't want to mix any brands, so I did stay with Burmeister on that side, and that's just the 077 preamp. As you can see, it's such a beautiful piece. I had to have it. After seeing that, wow! I can only say wow.
I
the
bet.
Build up, and it sounds gladly. It sounds really nice too.
I'm sure.
And that's the power supply. Was shocked too in some ways that a power supply would be that big. Look at that beast, and heavy too. So there's the other amp. So then I guess we can go to the turntable. The turntable is I switched from Clear Audio Ovation to Acoustic Signature. That's the Montana.
Beautiful.
Neo. And their tone arm, that would be the TA 7000. And I did take, maybe we can see it with more light. Yeah, that's Umami Red, which replaced my Goldfinger.
Aha.
Which
Told
I
ya.
sadly, that's the Goldfinger. During the upgrade, I did kill the Goldfinger. The needle went off when I wanted to secure the arm and the cartridge, when moving the turntable, when I wanted to put this thing on. And yeah, it is not fitting really great there, as you can see. And then it did a bling and the needle was done. Yeah, really sad day, as you can imagine. So I had to replace this piece, but I can say the Umami Red, which is way cheaper, I don't really hear any difference. So it's frightening that a piece in the price range of a Goldfinger cannot outshine the Umami Red. I mean, we're talking about when it would be new 15K against 4K. You should hear a massive difference, but there isn't, in my opinion. Yeah. Maybe that's the Goldfinger 1. I guess the Statement 2 might be an upgrade, but if you could really hear that much of a difference against the way cheaper Umami Red, I don't know. I don't think you can justify 50K for any cartridge. So then we will go to the preamp, phono preamp from Acoustic Signature 2. That's the Apex Neo. It's brand new. Yeah, and from the material, same as the Montana, it's built like a rock, like a tank. Amazing piece, yeah. Yeah, really heavy thing. So that's for the turntable part. Totally happy with that. Maybe with a little adjustment of the tone arm, maybe I will get some bass out of it, which I would say is a little bit too much from that combo. But that's little details. All in all, it sounds amazing. Yeah, and what did I keep? That's the digital chain, the playback designs combo, the MPT8 and the MPD8. Yeah, so their transport, the CD, as I said, SA, CD and streamer, or USB networking access. Yeah, it's this one. Amazing. It's a heavy piece too, no plastic.
Come in.
Really well manufactured. And the MPD8, it's an amazing DAC. I did a comparison yesterday with the new LP, the Pink Floyd in Pompeii. Yeah, I did play them in parallel with this combo from Cobus. Did switch back and forth with the preamp here, and I couldn't hear any difference. So when you say the Montana is an amazing turntable. The Apex is an outstanding preamp, I guess, yeah. And this combo of playback designs, when the source material was great, you can say it totally was capable of doing the same thing. It was not better or badder. It was the same. I couldn't hear any difference. And I think that's amazing for a digital chain. If someone is searching for an amazing DAC, I guess the playback designs is the way to go, yeah. And this piece down there behind Vader would be the new media PC I did put together. Yeah, I guess that would be it for the stereo chain. Some bass absorbers behind the Berliner, And yeah, the home cinema chain, I think, isn't that special, or I guess your channel is more about the stereo stuff, so I think I will not go through that part. Yeah, as you maybe the roof here, these little absorbers with the LED lights.
Nice.
Around them, I think they worked really beautiful. These look like gray, but actually they are completely white. And the front is black then, for supporting the cinema, the movie experience. Yeah, I think this worked really well. Only problem is no dimming function at the moment, but I guess this will be done next week. And then I don't have to use this in full power. It's a very bright room though. Yeah, that would be it. I think I covered it all. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for your second submission. And yes, if you remember, I remembered that it was you, the Goldfinger, lucky dog. But I'm so sorry that how it ended up, unbelievable. Maybe you could save it. I mean, try to put a new stylist, send it to Clear Audio and ask that, and then sell it back. I mean, I would try that. Don't keep it as a sad souvenir of breakage. But apart from that, now it was very long, so I'm gonna go quickly. Also because this is already the second submission. I did remember you. Incredible stuff. Fantastic speakers, even though I am not a big fan of power-hungry speakers, hence huge wattage amplifiers. Try at a certain point, now you can't, you've just put these, but in the future, try tubes. Try the top. I mean, I think you can allow yourself practically anything you want. Try top-notch transformers coupled with amazing tubes and design with sensitive speakers, and I'm sure you're gonna find a new dimension. But I'm sure these are incredible and gorgeous turntable. Great, the Burmeyers, wow, very, very good. Excellent Roomba treatment. Love the Darth Vader. Let's proceed with our last video now. Thanks again. Let's go.
Hey Guido, it's Josef from Czechia, and this is the students have hi-fi setup in the basement.
Aha.
Now, as I said, it's in the basement of a family house, so I don't really bother anyone with loud music, but as you can see, it's pretty cramped. So let's start here. Basically, this is the digital gang. This is the new baby, the Sharp RX 100 DAT machine from 1989. And above is a Sony minidisc player and recorder. Mainly I use it as a deck. Above that, there's the DVD and VHS combo unit. I use it as my main CD transport because, as it turns out, it has the best sounding digital output stage of all the DVD players that I tried. Now here's my speakers. And those are, I believe, Danish. They're called Palladium SAE2s. And they need replacing. Like, as you can see, the placement is not great. I could really use some bookshelves, but these are pretty cheap. Now, as Zone 2, these are some speakers from the Soviet turntable system. But they are pretty good in the highs. So I use them too sometimes. Now, here's my tape deck. It's the Onkyo TA-R20. Nothing special. It's a 2-head from 1989 that gets the job done, mostly. Now this is my main receiver. I have more of them, but this is the new one. It was pretty cheap on the flea market. Yeah, it was real fun carrying that. It's a 15 kilo machine. Now, to the right, here's this piece of garbage. I get it actually from trash. And it's here for one reason only, and that's that it can actually, it's written here somewhere, play DVD audio.
Aha! Good job!
Yeah, but the quality is not great because of the amplifier. Now here's Technics system. I can't recall the model, like all the components are called something else. What I do know is that it's from 1998. And I use it mainly as a CD changer because I got a lot of amplifiers with receivers and other like radios, so that radio functionality is not super important to me. Now there was a tape deck to it, but it broke. It was a real cheap plastic tape deck.
It seems fake.
Now what's here is this Sony tape deck. It's TCS1, part of the Sony La Scala system. And that was actually a pretty high-end mini system back in the day. It's got HX Pro and Dolby BC and S, most importantly. But again, it's a two-head. Now, here's an interesting one. This is the Sony HMK70 Music Center from 1975.
How cool!
I got it mostly working. Now, one of the bulbs is bad, long wave is dead completely, and I need a new belt for the turntable itself. So yeah, it still needs some work.
Gorgeous.
Now here's the stuff I play on those. I got some new tapes, blanks or mostly blanks.
Bravo.
Interesting is this one, this Sony Ferrochrome. Now, you know what that is. But the music on it, it's actually great. It was recorded originally in 1983 from vinyl. Now I don't really play vinyl as this thing is not working yet, so that's the second best I can do. And it's got some actually great music on it. Now my music taste is basically stuck in between 80s pop, 90s EDM and modern metal, and like nothing in between. So yeah. Yeah, this is the camcorder and rock collection. Now there's more rocks, and that basically does it for the hi-fi, except for these. Yeah, I forgot about these. So these are some Grundig components. I'm not sure about the year, like late 70s, early 80s. I really don't know.
Probably 70s.
These still need some work. Some things are broken on those, but yeah, I can do something about that. So yeah, have a good one. That's all from me.
Well, thank you. Thank you, because we finally have a video of something at the beginning. It's inception. A young person that is finding its way. Well, actually, you have already a lot of stuff. I'm sure you're already been doing this for some time. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, there's nothing stellar, but that's not the point. There's a good synergy. I like the fact that you got that from the dumpster for the DVD audio signal. Fantastic. All the different decks. You're exploring DAT. You're exploring mini disc. Very cool. I mean, you know what you're doing. You're exploring the cassettes. I love the Sony DJ. We could call it almost platter with all the different commands. Fantastic. Even if it doesn't work, it's gorgeous. I love it. Very, very cool. Let's see what else did I miss. I hate those Technics. Ugly. And hi-fi also. Good job. You know, I did 2 videos on that. Fantastic. It's all there. Congratulations. Very, very interesting. I want more systems like this. And even at an earlier stage. It's interesting to see the evolution, the choices, the ideas, the stories behind it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for your submissions. Continue to submit your videos. We need more. Thank you again for watching. And remember that music is born analog. Bye. Hey there. If you are enjoying my content, please consider to subscribe. It's free, and it will help the channel tremendously. Also, don't forget to explore my prior videos. There's something for everyone. Welcome to the audiophile community.